She's so cute and so mad, and that eye roll went so deep.
What was that?
An eye
Am
roll.
I the only one who sees the danger here? There's no
Yeah.
way she could keep her panda in. And $200? For what? Who do they think they are?
Oh my god.
Ming, it's your mother.
I'm not here.
Oh, Ming.
I was just about to call you. But
What are
everything's
you?
fine. I'm going to handle the ritual on my own.
Ming, you okay?
The way you handled Mei being on the news?
Oh wow, seeing Ming like that kind of sends shivers down my spine, because what the hell, what is she so afraid of? Let's start from the beginning. Ming's bafflement at Mei's eye roll is ironic to say the least. She's stunned, almost offended by this act of defiance, completely unaware that this behavior is a mirror of her own tendencies. Mei's sass and rebellion don't come out of nowhere. They're learned behaviors modeled by Ming herself. But Ming can't see herself in Mei, you see. Her control and perfectionism blind her to her own patterns, making her believe that these traits are Mei's problem, not something she's contributed to. Now, this makes sense if we connect it to the Devouring Mother Archetype, because at its core, this archetype involves a parent who struggles with boundaries between their identity and their child's. And this, of course, stems from their need to maintain control and perfection, not just over Mei's life, but over her own image as a mother. So this is where we understand that Ming's parenting isn't solely about Mei's well-being, it's about Ming's need to feel validated as a good mother. She goes as far as to deny her role in her child's struggles, because admitting it would mean relinquishing control and facing her own imperfections. In family counseling, this dynamic can be one of the hardest to address. Many parents like Ming are unaware of how their behaviors create the very patterns they dislike in their children. Now, I get it. It's painful to admit that the traits they find difficult in their child may be reflections of their own unresolved struggles. I mean, for the devouring mother especially, taking responsibility feels like a loss of power or authority, which is why it's often externalized as the child's problem. Ming's inability to recognize her influence on Mei is part of what perpetuates the cycle of generational trauma here. And then Ming's mother calls and she hides. Very mature Ming. But this moment is incredibly revealing because it shows us that Ming feels about her mother the same way Mei feels about her. There's a clear power imbalance here, and Ming, despite all her control and confidence, becomes a child in her mother's, not even presence, just hearing her does that. The panic in her voice, the way she rushes to reassure her mother that everything is under control, it's a direct parallel to Mei trying to appease Ming earlier, remember? This mirroring is crucial because it shows that Ming isn't just a controlling mother, not in a vacuum anyway. She's a product of the same system. She learned control, perfectionism, and conditional acceptance from her own upbringing, and now unintentionally, she's passing it on. Ming's mother wields control just as deftly as Ming does, but with an added layer of condescension, to be honest. When she dismisses Ming's ability to manage the situation, it's clear that her words are less about concern and more about power. Her tone implies that Ming is incapable, reinforcing a dynamic where Ming is perpetually trying to prove herself worthy of her mother's approval. And this is where we can understand more about Ming's perfectionism. Seems like she believes that love and respect are tied to performance, not given freely. Sounds familiar? Now, it's important to say that I love the symbolism in this scene. The makeup can represent a facade of perfection, a way to present control and composure to the world, no matter what chaos might be happening internally. The hair pluck, wow, that for me is the ultimate symbol of generational perfectionism, an insistence that even the smallest imperfection cannot be tolerated. This perfectionism isn't just about appearance, it's a metaphor for how this family has handled emotions and individuality and self-expression for generations. Anything out of line, anything that doesn't fit the perfect image is immediately blacked out or suppressed. Ming's mother embodies a version of control that is sharper, colder, and more absolute, while Ming's control is softer but not less suffocating. Both are rooted in the same belief that chaos, whether external or emotional, is dangerous and control is the only way to ensure safety and success. But here's the irony. Control begets rebellion. Just as Ming hides from her mother, Mei is beginning to push back against Ming. And until someone in this family steps out of the cycle, these patterns will keep repeating forever.
I cited all my sources. I had sparklers.
I know.
And I still said no.
I
My
know.
parents said I could go when I'm 30.
Mine called it stripper music. What's wrong with that?
Right?
Mine said yes, but I have to buy the ticket. Who the heck's got that kind of cash?
Ah, yeah, wow. Ming, you really need to stop. But you know, now that I understand the mother a little bit better. Tyler, you're really... Girl. Oh, yo. Oh, just the arm. Interesting.
Illegal throw. You're out, Lee.
What? But, Mr. Cage!
I mean, it was quite illegal, wasn't it? Ooh, we get to see different parenting styles of the others, and I'm really having a field trip with this, to be honest. So, Priya's parents display what seems to be a classic authoritarian parenting style, where the parent enforces rigid rules without room for negotiation or compromise. It's less about logic and more about control, ensuring Priya conforms to her parents' timeline no matter how unrealistic it is. I mean, she's allowed to go to a concert at 30? What? Abby's parents instead call it stripper music, and this reaction might seem harsh on the surface, but Abby's hilariously defiant response, like what's wrong with that, shows that she isn't internalizing the judgment. Abby's confidence suggests that despite her mom's criticisms or parents generally, she feels free to form her own opinions. Very important. Her mom might criticize, but Abby doesn't seem to feel stifled by it, which reflects a more permissive, albeit chaotic dynamic of parenting. Now, Miriam's parents seem to be the healthiest of them all. And to be honest, we can see that with the naked eye, because Miriam seems to be more independent than the rest. And it's quite obvious from the way that she dresses to the way that she speaks to even the way that she carries herself. There's a certain carefreeness about her. Her parents show a balance of support and structure. By allowing Miriam to go, but asking her to earn the money, the parents are fostering independence and responsibility. This approach acknowledges her desire while teaching her valuable skills as well, creating a sense of empowerment rather than control. You know, it's like she does have a way of achieving her dreams, her goals. She just needs to get creative about it. Now, you can understand how in contrast Ming's approach is uniquely stifling because it combines control with emotional manipulation as well. It's not just no, it's this is dangerous, this is shameful, and you should be grateful I'm protecting you. This creates a dynamic where May doesn't just feel denied, she feels silenced. And very interestingly, as May vents to her friends, we see her wrestling with her feelings about her mom. She tries to justify Ming's behavior and then she stops short because no words feel safe to describe her frustration. Even in private, May has internalized the need to protect her mom's image, you see. It's so frustrating because this type of censoring, even when she's safe, is quite terrifying, okay? Miriam stepping in with a wacko is both validating and boundary pushing, you see. It gives May permission to voice her feelings, but it also underscores how much May has been holding back. And right on cue, we see why. Ming is spying on her yet again, sitting in her car like a hawk, completely unaware of how invasive this behavior is. But we need to understand her too. She's now feeling the pressure of her own mother, which is an entire other thing. Now, the moment May's classmate mocks her as a mama's girl, her anger surfaces in a way that feels primal and quite immediate. But here's the interesting part. It's not a full transformation, it's just her arm. This partial panda form is a brilliant metaphor for emotional dysregulation. May is starting to lose control, but she's not completely overcome by it. It's like her emotions are simmering just below the surface, not fully explosive, but still enough to cause harm. And this moment highlights something crucial, okay? Her panda is tied to her autonomy, it seems. Whether by her mom spying on her or the classmate mocking her, the harder it becomes to contain her emotions. And this partial transformation suggests that May is still trying to suppress her feelings, but the panda won't stay hidden forever, which I keep saying since the beginning of this movie, so no surprises there, right? This scene is a microcosmos of May's internal conflict. On one hand, she loves her mom, but feels trapped by her. On the other, she's learning to express herself, but the cost of doing so feels dangerous. And then again, her emotions are growing too big to contain, and the panda is becoming harder to control as well, so there's that.
Dude, keep it together.
I can't.
She's trying.
We need to see this concert.
Aw.
How does my mom get that? I never asked for anything. My
That's
whole
true.
life I've been her perfect little Maymay. Couple duties, reads, violin,
Tap dancing.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
We've been so good. If they don't trust us anyway, then what's the point?
Wow. Who are you? I love it.
Yeah.
Power. Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This isn't just our first concert. This is our first step into womanhood.
That's
And we have
kinda
to
true.
do it
Wow,
together.
Miriam is eating this
Hey,
up.
girl, we'll say it's a sleepover at my house. The perfect crime.
Yes.
Wow.
We'll never know. Now we just gotta raise the money for tickets.
Wow, May is
Come on,
actually
girls, think.
rebelling. Dang.
Help me think.
A little panda. Abby, come on, May. It'll clear my mind. Just a little hit. It's so cute.
Abby, you look like an addict, okay? Chill out. She's so cute though. What the fuck is this?
Mon amour.
I always forget how weird tween's fantasies are, but hey.
OMG. Go away.
Oh shit.
In the bathroom. I didn't imagine it.
Yeah, you did. Get lost, Stacy.
She's like a magical bear.
Red Panda.
Throw some respect on my name.
Come out, please.
Wait, so you like the panda?
Like it? I
Of
love
course.
it. I'll give
Oh.
you anything. Money, my kidney,
Okay.
my soul. Yeah.
That's a bit much, girl, okay? Keep your soul. Now, to be honest, May's breakdown in the bathroom is heartbreaking because it exposes the flaws of conditional acceptance.
You never know on my mind. Oh my, oh my. I'm never not by your side, your side, your side.